Hi, good morning, good afternoon. Today, we are answering the question as how the role of pre-sales evolved over your career and where do you see it heading in the future. I have to admit, I'm not in pre-sales for 30 years, as some of the interview partners I have interviewed, but I have condensed, let's say, all the information which I have received. If we put it into three buckets, the first bucket, the past, so pre-sales as a technical support to sales. I would say from 1990 to 2010, that's what most of the people say. In the early stages, pre-sales was really primarily reactive, technically oriented support function. So you have a question, there is a solution consultant helps you, or a sales engineer or a pre-sales engineer. They are there to explain technical product capabilities, execute a demo, doing POCs, answering RFXs and things like that. Acting really as the person who knows the product best, besides the product manager and the product developer, but more with the customer-centric approach. And they were really there supporting the salesperson's pitch. And it was long before my time and when I started. Pre-sales was often seen as a cost center, necessary, but not really strategic angle. Engagement was usually after discovery and all of that was done to, hey, here's the demo, just show it. And still, a lot of companies operate in that manner. Then there was kind of a shift from, if you think about 2010 until almost 2020, 2022, there was almost like a software as a service revolution, coupled with a subscription-based economy. So everybody was saying, hey, you have now a subscription, you pay monthly, you pay yearly, you pay as you go. Various different options are on the table. And pre-sales evolved into a strategic role, focusing on customer outcomes and value articulation. So if you think about, and I don't like the title of being a pre-sales engineer, I like more the solution consultant. We are now consulting a client to buy the best solution. Could be ours, could be a different one. And it's really this consultative discovery. Pre-sales almost now leads the discovery conversation. I'm not talking about Ben, Champ, or Medic. It's more about the requirements, the business drivers, the pain points, what they want to achieve. What is the return on investment on that? So really this value over features and also from a demo perspective, more into the storytelling approach. So modern solution consultant professionals are storytellers, tailoring the demos using persona-based and limbic selling techniques, top-notch techniques to understand what is the customer, what they want to achieve, what is the personas, and then bring the story. So bring their life almost like a day in life thing, I would say. And then it's the champion building, the ability to identify and enable the internal champion to become really critical and sell it internally in the customer organization. That's something where pre-sales is also a value driver. And then with this upcoming hybrid selling and virtual demos, we are all in a new environment. We need to now adjust how we operate in this digital or with this digital communication, leveraging tools, set up home office and things like that, having top-notch technology to also present the same thing we have done beforehand in person. We now do mainly and mostly remote. And pre-sales today is a bridge, and I love the term of being a bridge between the technical truths, product management, our product, and on the other side, the client, the business value. We are acting as a trusted advisor rather than a feature demonstrator. And if we now think about the future of pre-sales, I would almost say we are more going in the direction of AI-enabled strategists, value architects. because the pre-sales role is now really heading towards, I would say, even more elevated position from solution consultant to a value architect. How can we bring the most value in a short period of time to our clients? How can we explain AI in simple layman terms and things like that? And AI will be a fundamental part of all our lives. We will use AI to automate discovery processes, getting upfront the information before we even jump into a discovery call. We have run a ChatGPT to give us information about the client internally and externally. The AI will be there, and we are leveraging that already as a note taker. You don't need to write it down. You can concentrate on the discussion you have, build up rapport with the client, and on the same time, it's automatically transcribed, and you have that. Demo customization. We have various different tools, Demo Boost, Go Consensus, Walnut, to help us making customer demos as engaging as possible, make it on demand that they can watch it whenever they need it, but they can always jump back into something. And then we have this AI-driven insight tools, Gong, Home Run, the ROI shop, various different things to help us being better in our job, predict deals, predict the success of a deal, but also predict what we have done wrong, where our communication wasn't clear or we were speaking too negative. So that's the things we should all leverage. And I'm a big advocate. I did my PhD in AI and supply chain. And I'm telling you, you have to adopt what we have. It's almost like a sparring partner for you. Leverage AI, try it. It will help you. And then, as mentioned before, discovery will become more quantitative. We have internally, for example, various tools to make discovery before we even jump into a client discovery, to understand what is their overall business metrics, what are the reports saying, how their shares, what the persons in the organization, all that stuff which you haven't done before, you can now with 2 clicks. And also, if you think about value calculation, return on investment models, it's much slicker now using AI if you have the right criteria. And then I would say pre-sales should have own organizational structure and arm directly into the C-level to be almost like the internal bridge between sales, product development, customer success, the partners you are dealing with. It's a team sport, and at the end of the day, you are almost like the midfield player because you understand what is on the client side, what they want to achieve. Does it fit to our product, or do we need to adjust the product? It's getting more fragmented, so to say. If you think then about delivering thought leadership, being an evangelist for your own brand, which you're doing, but also for the brand in the company. It's about being active in communities, leading webinars, creating your own content, building up your social media profile. That's all things that you are not just a trusted advisor, but you are really a thought leader in your area of expertise. Instead of selling software, pre-sales will design really customer outcomes, making it a transformation program enabled by the technology you by yourself use, but you also sell this technology to your client. And the role, I will also say, will partly get more customer success, value engineering aspects inside, because lessons learned, understanding what went good in a client implementation, what went bad, how can we improve our things, that's crucial. In summary, I've talked very long for answering this question, but we are going from being a product expert long time ago over trusted advisor, now being value architects, delivering AI-based features, function, using all of that to be much more than the trusted advisor, really being a thought leader in the market.